So over the last few weeks of playing WWE 2K22, I've been noticing the great attention to detail that can be found within the game. It made me want to bring back and reboot a series I had planned last year, and this series will be all about showing some of the best attention to detail in all WWE games. So if there's something that you feel should be in this series, then please do let me know those examples of great attention to detail in the comments, and I'll be sure to include them in future episodes. Now let's get into the first game in the video. So let's go back, but not too far, to WWE 2K19. Now 2K19 included the return of Showcase Mode, which had a short absence in the series after there was no main showcase in WWE 2K17. It only had a short DLC, and then you had WWE 2K18 having no showcases whatsoever. The WWE 2K19 showcase was all about Daniel Bryan's career in WWE. One of the earlier matches sees you as Bryan going up against Chris Jericho on the debut episode of NXT. In the match, you'll see this cutscene.
There's no way that Jericho's going to lose to this guy.
Yeah, but the way this match is going, it's a real possibility.
Jericho, though, needs a breather, and he rolls out of the ring to try to do that.
Wise maneuver from a wily veteran.
I'm not sure if Jericho's going to get much rest time.
What's this guy doing? Daniel Bryan with a suicide dive right off the announce desk.
Looks like Bryan might have bounced off the announce desk himself.
I don't think Miz liked the fact that Bryan threw his body in harm's way, and I can't say I blame him. What's this guy thinking?
Now after that dive, you'll see a mark on Daniel Bryan's back after hitting the announcer's table. This actually happened in the real match, so it was pretty awesome to see that small detail carried over into the showcase match. Sticking to WWE 2K19 and the showcase mode, did you actually know that the secret commentary lines when losing a match in showcase mode that you're supposed to win? With some of them also being pretty funny lines too. Here's a look at some of them.
Champion into the cover! Yes! Yes! The Miz wins! The Miz wins!
Daniel Bryan gave it his all, but The Miz remains champion.
Bryan should rewatch this to see where he went wrong, but he does it on a TV. Oh, what a slam! Still the champs! Still the champs!
Dr. Shelby's therapy didn't work. He should be sued for malpractice.
So that's a pretty cool small extra detail. It would have been easier just to have generic commentary, so I appreciate that bit of attention to detail. It's a shame that WWE 2K22 showcase mode didn't have any commentary whatsoever, because we miss out on moments such as these. Switching over to another fan favourite, and one of my all-time favourite WWE games, that being SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Now if you did play this game, you probably all know that you can grab the ropes to cause a rope break during a submission. But did you also know that there's multiple animations for different submissions? There's not just one generic rope grab animation. Here's a look at all the different ones in the game. I always really liked the Benoit one, with him attempting to push the rope away with his foot during the rope break. Pretty awesome detail for an earlier game in the series. Let's go back even further, to a time when the main series that we know today never even existed. Before you had SmackDown, you had WWF Attitude. Now while it's aged pretty badly, did manage to add some pretty nice details into the game. And one of those awesome features in the game was that everyone on the roster was voiced over, and they would talk some trash before the match and during the match. But what about Kane? He didn't speak on TV at the time, unless he used a voice box. Well, if you did pick Kane in WWF Attitude, you would have heard this. Sticking with the Attitude Era theme, next up is WWE 13's Attitude Era mode, which is pretty much Showcase mode before it was called Showcase mode. Now, this mode was actually very in-depth with how accurate it would be to recreate the matches that you could play. I'll even go as far as saying it's one of the best showcases for attention to detail, and you'll be likely seeing more of it in this series. So one of the details that you'll find in the mode is during ladder matches. The colour of the ladders will be changed to be the exact colour of the ladders at the time, which was this orange colour. Those ladders replace the usual or modern silver ones that you get outside of the mode. Again, it's one of those details that could have been left out and not many would have been too bothered, but it is one of those many details included which made this mode so good in my opinion. One of my most favourite career modes that I had an absolute blast covering on the channel over the last few years was SmackDown vs Raw 2011's Road to WrestleMania mode. I love the branching options, the replayability, and of course the hidden details within the free roaming portion of the mode. One of these hidden interactions that you could easily miss happens in Christian's story. After winning the Money in the Bank ladder match, you'll be seen in the backstage area and your objective will be to go and meet Edge in the locker room. If you decide to go to the parking lot instead of going meeting Edge, you'll see the Miz there, and then this will happen.
What's shaking, miserable? Don't you have a match coming up?
Yeah, against Undertaker. I'm looking for a place to plan a strategy. Any ideas?
Yeah. Try the tanning bed. I'm sure he won't look for you in there.
Thanks for nothing.
So it wouldn't be an attention to detail video without including WWE 2K22, and this is one that I've actually not featured on the channel so far. So in this showcase mode, it's all about Rey Mysterio's career, and the first match is Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio in WCW, with Rey Mysterio's mask being on the line. During the actual match, there's a moment where Eddie will pull apart Rey's mask, and his mask will become damaged. After the cutscene plays in showcase mode, Rey's mask in the game will also show signs of being damaged.
But then, I get a drop kick on the back of my head. I was starting to really wonder if I'd be able to win this thing, and was really getting desperate.
It's one of the many examples of attention to detail that you can find in WWE 2K22 Showcase mode. You could probably expect to see it many times in this series. So that's the end of the first episode to this attention to detail series. I'll be back with more and consistent episodes of this series, so make sure you sub to the channel with all notifications turned on. You're not going to want to miss any new episodes. And once again, if there is any example of attention to detail from any WWE game that I must include, then please let me know in the comments. Thanks as always for watching everyone, and I'll see you all in the next video.